You'll see only on 8. News Channel 8's Kylie Boshi spoke with Trimet and the victim today. He's here with all the details. Kyle.
Tracy, the driver was off duty but in uniform when the incident occurred. He's identified by police as 53-year-old Brian Christensen.
Well, here we go again, folks. We have another Trimet-related story coming out of our wonderfully supportive media here. It's one about a driver who's supposedly strangled this guy.
The victim, Ludwig Lipscomb, is still in pain nearly 3 weeks after the alleged assault.
He's still in pain after 3 weeks after the alleged assault. Well, we're going to have to look at the medical report. Did he get transported? Call the ambulance? What were the facts on that? Did anything? You know, let's see what happened to him. We'll have to see this video. Of course, the video won't tell the whole story we won't be able to hear the verbal confrontation.
The 7-year-old Portland man said he was riding Trimet when an Asian couple got onto the bus. They didn't have proper fare and had trouble communicating with the driver. That's when Lipscomb says an off-duty Trimet operator who was riding the bus stepped in. Lipscomb says Brian Christensen made what he perceived as racist comments. The two got into a heated verbal confrontation. Then things got ugly.
I didn't even know it was coming. Just his left hand shot out, just grabbed me by my throat like that. That hurt me to do that. And he just slammed me over the rail, choked me. You know, I mean, I'm going unconscious. He choked me for quite a bit.
He's going unconscious. Did you go unconscious? Or are you embellishing a little bit? My feeling is the gentleman may be embellishing. Oh, look who's here. It's my favorite Trimet manager.
Person's on leave and has been since the incident. And, you know, this is a very serious allegation.
Well, we have our usual Mary apologizing for everything that happens to the media. Oh, we're going to check it out, and it's very serious, and we're going to take care of this situation. And you don't ever want to stand up for us, do you, Mary? Just couldn't say something like, well, we're going to look into this incident, and we want to get all sides of the incident, and we'll make a comment later. Nope, not from her.
The driver was initially charged strangulation, but prosecutors dismissed the case. It's unclear why. Trimet says the driver could still lose his job. Christensen was not available for comment today.
Well, apparently they've reinstated the case. The video must have been damning to Brian, who I know, by the way, fine gentleman. I don't know, I'm not sure what I should say about it. I shouldn't say anything, I guess, because he's going to be, looks like he's in for a crucifixion now. And the interesting thing about all of this is, why is this like being covered so closely on the news? Why does Trimet incidents get such close coverage? Let's look at KGW's other. Okay, they have a video story of Haiti. Okay, that qualifies as a real news story. And then they have a video story about 11 children taken from Woodburn home. And then let's see these other stories that they didn't actually cover. Former survivor contestant from Oregon dead at 37. No video on that one. Water Bureau to flip switch on biggest solar station in Northwest. No video on that. Woodburn man who tried to hire hitman to kill detectives on parole. No video on that. Proposed bill would ban teens from tanning salons. No video on that. And then we have our Trimet story, of course, no video on that, which we know. Court rejects appeal by Oregon teen killer. No video on that. So all of these, and all of these stories don't have video coverage, but that one does. And what makes Trimet bus drivers such a target of fascination by our media, where whatever happens in a Trimet bus driver is going to end up on the news now, whether they have a suspended license or whether they're getting a fisticuff. And as you can see, the man is not hurt. Okay, the altercation didn't cause any damage to this gentleman on the bus, but they're turning this into a mad slasher type event. This Trimet driver attacked him, and he could be a strangler, and that could mean other Trimet drivers could be stranglers. You know, we have to investigate, and it's just bizarre to me that this kind of thing keeps getting in the press as like it's some kind of important news story. It's just not. Nothing happened. The man, Brian shouldn't have done it. Yeah, bad judgment, but nothing happened. The guy's walking around fine. You know, he says he's in pain. Do you believe it? No, I don't. And then we have my pal Joseph Rose. Joseph Rose and me are old buddies. Anyway, so Joseph gets on the bandwagon, of course, with his article. Let's see what he's got to say here. Well, the thing I love the best about his article is that he has defined for us. See how he's linked strangulation? He's linked that so that we can, everybody can see the ORS. See that? See what it says there? Applying pressure on the throat or the neck of another person, blocking the nose or the mouth of another person. Knowingly impedes normal breathing. Strangulation is a Class A. Thank you, Joseph. You know, I like that fact that he's made this. And then he tells us about interfering with public transportation. See, he links to that here. Gives us the law here. A person commits a crime of interfering with public transportation, knowingly or intentionally remains unlawfully in a public transit vehicle, intentionally, knowingly interferes with the provision or use of public transportation, while in or on a public transportation, engages in disorderly conduct. That's also a Class A misdemeanor. Okay, and then he goes on to quote some more Oregon revised statutes. Let's see, following something, blah blah. Who knows what the hell this is? That's the same thing he just told us, but he wants to make sure we know. Now, then he goes on and goes after Dan Christensen. And let's make a long story short here. He quotes Dan's blog, which Dan did his blog entry before all the facts came out, and so Dan is going to update his entry, but he quotes Dan. This driver deserves his job back. It's as simple as that. One thing I can say for sure is that I don't think this so-called victim will be engaging in an altercation with the driver anytime soon. For that, this bus driver has done us all a favor. Okay, so we know that Joseph is making kind of a point there, isn't he? About Trimet bus drivers are actually violent kind of people, and we're happy about all of this, right, Joseph? That's what you're saying. So you're kind of making that jump again, aren't you? You're trying to make us look bad again, Joseph, Mr. Joseph Rose. You know, see now you notice how these reporters are very good at making sure they stick to the facts. Amy Ruiz was a master at this. Remember Amy? She's now working for Sam Adams. She was a master at it. They stick to the facts, but they put the facts in such a way that it supports a conclusion that they've come up with. They don't really do anybody a real favor with the way they present the facts, because they're showing you something. They're showing you something like, see, Trimet bus drivers, they're a bunch of violent people. Isn't that what you're up to, Joseph? Admit it.